Hello folks, I'm Conostip and this is going to be part 1 of my Alexander campaign for Rome Total War. And happy 20th anniversary to this expansion pack for Rome Total War. So let's just get right on into it. We're going to be playing the Alexander campaign and it's going to be on very hard difficulty here and then there. I do like to have battle time limits set, just in case the AI does bug out and they don't attack and when they are the attackers. I'm going to have my victory conditions are going to be to hold Macedon, Lydia, Cappadocia, Syria, Libya, Egypt, Babylonia, Media, Dahe, and Bactria. It's going to be set in the year 336 BC, and the difficulty factor is going to be estimated hard. It is the latter half of the 4th century BC, and the situation in Greece and the Balkans has reached a watershed. War between the Greek cities-states of Sparta, Corinth, Thebes, and Athens has rumbled on for decades. After their invasion of Greece and eventual withdrawal over a century ago, the mighty Persian Empire has settled down to a long game. Their financial and naval support of alternately one or other of the Greek factions prevents any resolution of the conflict and holds all in check. To the north lies Macedonia, still recovering from the depredations of the Persian invasion more than a century before. With the chaos in Greece to the south and warlike peoples pressing her borders on all sides, she is in danger of being swallowed at any moment. Yet a strong hand has come to guide her from this dark place. King Philip II, all too aware of Macedonia's vulnerable position, has raised a new army based on new ideas, one capable of fulfilling his dream of a unified Greece under his command. But fate has seemingly dealt Macedonia a heavy blow. Once again, with his plans as yet unfulfilled, Philip has died, leaving his son Alexander, a mere youth of 20 years, on the throne. Yet there's something about Alexander which suggests that all is not lost. To secure his own position in Macedonia, to unify Greece under his rule, to fulfill his father's greater dream of striking back at the hated Persians, surely these are impossible dreams to one so young. Alexander's answer to such questions is simple. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. And try we will.
Following the death of Philip II of Macedon, his 20-year-old son, Alexander, has taken the throne. A victory at Chaeronea had united Greece under Philip's banner, but in the confusion following his death, unrest is rife. Alexander must crush this dissent quickly. Only once this is achieved can he look to carry through his father's plan to strike at the mighty Persian Empire. With the all-powerful Persian fleet patrolling the waters to the south, Alexander will need to pick his moment carefully. Securing coastal settlements will deny the Persian ships the ability to refit, eventually lessening their effectiveness. But Alexander cannot spare the men to garrison such settlements too heavily, and it may be necessary to slaughter those who might otherwise rise up against him. To achieve his objective within his lifetime, Alexander will need to maintain his momentum as he drives into the heart of Persia. Reinforcements will take months to arrive, so he must recruit local mercenaries to bolster his ranks. In order to proclaim himself the rightful king of Asia, Alexander must control 10 key cities within the given turns.
Before I get started, I just want to say that this is going to be my second time recording this episode. I did record this episode yesterday, but I did mess up in setting up my audio source in OBS. I had all of the tracks selected, so I recorded this episode with the game audio on 5 tracks rather than just one. So that was obviously not acceptable. I tried, actually. I was trying to edit it, and I got halfway through editing one of my battles, and it was just such a mess that I couldn't upload it to YouTube. I just couldn't do that. You know, I have I do have a bar. I do have some bar of standards on this channel. It's not that high, but it's something. So I just want to give you all a heads up that I put everything that I had passion-wise into that recording when it came to talking about the history of this time period and the historicity of the units being fielded by the Macedonians and the Persians, and a lot of other things that I'm not going to be covering again here in this first episode. I reckon that I will get that fire back. Maybe by the next episode, maybe by episode 2 or something. I don't know. I'll get around to it. I'll get around to talking about all these cool units maybe at some point. But for now, I'm just probably going to dive right on into the campaign. Same thing goes for like the broad general strategy of the campaign. I just don't have it in me. I already did. I did all of this, and I can't do that all again. But I will get that fire back. I will. I promise. It's just that for today and for this episode, it's going to be, unfortunately, for a little bit muted, when it comes to my enthusiasm. And, yeah, my fire, that is. So the idea here, this is a blitz campaign, so there's not going to be a whole lot of development when it comes to building buildings and even training soldiers, quite frankly, because it's going to take time to move them up to the front line. Training stuff as we go, and as the advisor man said, hiring mercenaries is going to be very useful for us, so I would say that I'm probably going to hire every mercenary that I can get my hands on, and then probably exterminate every single settlement that I take, just for that extra cash, I suppose, is going to be the way to go. So Alexander is going to be here on the mainland. Sir. Well, I mean, I guess Anatolia is also a mainland. So, but yeah, Parmenian's here. And he has a very small army, or relatively small compared to what he's facing up against. Luckily, we have a river crossing here, and we can hire these 2 mercenaries, these 2 mercenary hoplites, get you guys going, and then put you right here on this river crossing. And that's a winnable battle. Now, it's a tough battle, for sure. They have a lot of long-range archers, and we have no archers at all. Our only skirmisher troops is going to be our Agrianian javelinmen. And, yeah, that's it. So they can shoot us down. So it's kind of tricky. It is. And they have, as I said, a big army, but it's winnable. Parmenian is a capable general. He's a 3-star general who is untouched by fear, so he's given +1 morale for all the troops on the battlefield. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Also, yeah, good defender, so +2 command when defending, so he's going to be a 5-star general on the defense. Yeah, that is useful. So Alexander is going to be going straight for Byzantium. And that counts as like a barbarian settlement, I suppose. It's the Thracians. These are the Illyrians. They have the same faction color. It's weird. And they all have the same unit roster, I think. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But our only decision, so I think that for Sparta, all of these units are going to be making their way up to Pella. And then there's lower taxes here. And if we recruit 1 peasant, yeah, and then people are going to be fine, happiness-wise. Also in Sparta, so even though I just said that I'm not going to be building too much, I think I do need to build this administrative building here. This is going to get us up to a large city once we build this. And the thinking is, it's my understanding that you have to build these when you are available, it's available to get up to the next tier. Otherwise, if you hold them off too long, I think they do contribute. Not having them contributes to the squalor levels, I think, is my understanding. And we are at 65% squalor here, so that might be why, the fact that we don't have this. Yeah, obviously squalors are, has to do with population as well, so there is that. But I think we have to spend the money on this. And then in Pella, I don't think we're going to build anything, but let's just recruit some peasants so that, again, we can march all of these people off and attack them eventually. It's not going to be a priority. We're not going to be necessarily blitzing them on turn 1. But I don't know, maybe turn 3 we'll start attacking them. We'll see. But then Alexander himself, hanging out here, pretty sweet portrait here. 3-star general, so same as Parmenian, kind of weird actually. He has the same untouched by fear trait, which is solid. And he doesn't have any other. He doesn't have good attacker, does he? It's weird that he doesn't have good attacker. That'd make sense for him. But I guess he hasn't earned that yet. And he can hire some mercenary hoplites, some Thessalian cav, and some allied cavalry. And here's the deal. So I think the allied cav is going to be our tier 4 cavalry, which is kind of weird. They're not that great. 13 total defense, and 6 charge bonus and 9 attack. Is that what, do they have experience? I didn't think that they were 9, 6, and 13.
Orders.
Yeah, these allied cav are 8, 6, and 12. So those mercenary allied cav that are available. It's weird because it doesn't say they have any weapon upgrades, but they do have 1 better defense and 1 better attack. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I just noticed that. Is that the same for the hoplites? 7, 3, and 16? And then my regular hoplites? No, they have the same exact stats. And the same portraits, that makes sense. Yeah, Thessalians are pretty solid. Good charge bonus of 10, good attack of 9, defense of 16 is solid as well. Good stamina, morale. Yeah, pretty solid dudes. And the companion cav as well are obviously very, very good. Yeah, 10 attack, 9 charge, 19 defense. Holy hell. So he is going to be going right for Byzantium. There's going to be a big ass army here hiding in the woods right there. I've never been ambushed by them. I would imagine that it's possible to be ambushed by them, but I've never had it happen. I should say I don't have a lot of experience with this expansion, which for those of you who are familiar with my channel will know that this is pretty rare. That's rare. Like, this is unusual for me. I do like to come prepared for my campaigns. I'm playing a 20-year-old game. Like, I should, kind of know what I'm doing. But this is going to be the least prepared for any campaign that I've ever had on this channel, which for me is kind of intimidating. It is. Especially for a campaign like this, which is a blitz campaign. I have 100 turns to win. So there's a kind of a timer on that. With other campaigns, you can kind of make as many mistakes as you can, but as long as you don't die, you're still in it. But yeah, in this one, it's kind of like you can make some mistakes, and if Alexander dies, or if you don't meet the time limit, you lose. So it's a little bit stressful for me, but I think that now that I've had a couple of chances to play the first turn, I at least know what to do here. And I think that the idea is I want to hire all 3 of these guys, and I think I want to bring this allied cav with Alexander because it's a tier 4 cav unit, so I can't retrain it in like any of the barbarian settlements because they're not going to be tier 4s. They're going to be tier 3s at tops, right? So I may as well bring the Prodromoi with the armies that are going to be attacking the barbarian settlements because they are tier 2 cav, I think. So there's a better chance of me being able to retrain these guys. And then same thing as well with the Phalangites.
Yes,
this is a tier 3 infantry unit, which I guess I possibly could retrain them if I have the required barracks in these settlements. So it's possible. But I'm going to be more tempted to bring the Phalangites with Alexander because that's my really good heavy infantry. And I'm going to be prioritizing, this push rather than the push up north around the Black Sea is going to be more tertiary when it comes to priorities. It's also, so a question that I have, and maybe you can answer this if you know the answers, but so the settlements that are visible on the map are the settlements that I'm assuming are my required settlements, the 10 settlements that I'm required to take. But then there's going to be an additional 20 that aren't visible here that I do have to take. Now, my question is that all of them? Like, how many settlements are there on the map? That's what I'm wondering. And if you know the answer, please let me know. Now, I know that once I cross into this territory over here, there's going to be 2 more units that I can hire. And so I would like to leave room for them. So let's go ahead and hire these 3. And then let's go ahead and give a mercenary hoplite and a Hypaspis to this guy. And then we'll take one of his cav units, but I want to make sure that I can siege Byzantium first. So let's get here. And yeah, here's these 2 mercenary units, the Thracian mercenaries and some more hoplites. So let's get them and then lay siege to the settlement and build some rams here. Maintain the siege, and then the idea, I think, is going to be to just attack the settlement in the next turn. And even though these guys will come out in reinforcements, I can probably just beat both armies. And now can I get this cav unit into his army? I think I can. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I should have did the previous time that I attempted this episode. So yeah, I already like how this is going a bit better. And so that leaves me with the Prodromoi. Only one unit of cav, eh? Alright, so I don't know how much I like that, having only one unit of cav against the barbarians, but hey, one unit is better than 0. Can't train any cav here, so I'm kind of hoping that I can train cav. Hopefully when I get here, can I see any of their buildings? No, I can't see shit. Alright. Yeah, well, cross our fingers, I suppose. And then the boats can come up here, and they can get ready to pick up Alexander after he's taken that settlement. And yeah, we don't have any agents, and I don't think we have anything else to do other than to check taxes. Alright, it's go time. Yeah, here comes the attack. And we're going to be fighting off against Memnon of Rhodes, a historical general who is he was a pretty competent commander. I'm actually kind of surprised they only give him 1 star because, yeah, he was good, confident commander. So that's, yeah, so many stars from this trait. So it's like his base command is 0. That's so weird. And he's a good commander, administratively inept. Well, he was like a mercenary general, so it's fine, I suppose. And yeah, it's going to be these Mardian archers and their long-range missiles. That's tough. That's tough, especially when you're defending a bridge crossing with just javelin troops as your missile troops. That is a bit tricky. But then they're going to have these chariots. They're going to have these Harcanians, which are Javcav, and then Barcanians, which are these axe-wielding combat bonus against armor kind of dudes. The Immortals, which is a weird one. It's non-phalanx spearmen. Do they have a bonus versus cav? No, they have good morale, good stamina, and they use their like bow as like a precursor. Like they'll shoot like a volley and charge on in. It's a weird thing. Just to let you know though, there are there's spears that do have the bonus versus cav, and that gives you a +8 attack against cav. And then there's going to be other spears, which are considered by the game in the game files as light spears. And they're still going to give you a +4 bonus versus cav, even though it's not going to say anything in the abilities. So just so you know, like for instance, the Town Watch in the base game has a light spear. So you might not think it, but they do have that +4 bonus versus cav, which is quite good. And I would imagine that the Immortals have that same thing. So even though it's not mentioned here, I'm assuming that they have that light spear +4 bonus against cav. And this unit's pretty wild. The Phrygian mercenary infantry. Look at these guys. Look at that charge bonus of 14. That's ridiculous. Like I showed you my shock cav charge bonuses for my companion and like 3 Thessalian cav had like a 10, and that's like high. That's a good charge bonus. Charge bonus of 14. What has that? What has a charge bonus of 14 in this game? Infantry or cavalry? Just like that's crazy. It's so crazy. And these guys are going to be like the basic bonus fighting cavalry. So these guys have the +8. So yeah, these guys are probably like a solid anti-cav kind of unit. No phalanx, but still like solid, mobile, all that jazz. These are going to be the Greek mercenary infantry. So these are going to be like a phalanx unit. Pretty equivalent. Actually, yeah, I think they're exactly equivalent of my hoplites, it's weird that they have a shield bonus despite the fact that they're not holding a shield. That's really weird. So they outnumber me by a lot, but I like my chances.
Day has dawned. This will be bloody, come what may. But we are free men, and we do not fear the sight of a little blood. Now, sound the horns! Now, take up the sword. Look to your arms and armor. Now comes the hour when we test Greek courage!
Now, the idea with this battle is that we want to stay as far away from the river as we can, for as long as we can, because those archers, as I've said before, they're long range, they can do a lot of damage, and we don't want to be just standing there in range of them, getting shot at while they're getting ready and get formed up to cross the river. So we're going to be hanging back here, but then timing is going to be very important, because we want to be able to rush up and then hit this gap and, you know, control this gap. There's one crossing point, right as they're making their crossing, so that we get shot by their archers as little as possible, and then hopefully we can get that break and then cross the river and then start chasing down their archers. It's going to be very important to keep my cav units alive until that point. My one general unit and then my 2 cav units. They're going to be very key for, yeah, chasing down all of those 5 archers. You know, while my heavy infantry, you know, controls the line. And I would say that my light infantry is also going to be getting involved in chasing down archers as well, just to kind of keep them off of my, well, my cav, quite frankly. And then, yeah, my spears can hold that line, just in case any of their units do rally in that situation. So, let's see here. Yeah, when they do this, it makes me wonder if they're not... I wonder if they're nervous because a lot of my guys are hidden. So maybe if I move my units around a little bit, because typically they move all of their archers just to that side over there, but they're not doing that. And usually as well, what they would do is get like an entire line formation of all of their melee units getting ready to cross in this crossing point, which again, they're not really doing. So yeah, it's interesting how there's like multiple different ways that this battle could potentially play out. And it kind of looks like they're crossing. My goodness. Okay, well, let's try to rush up and block that crossing. Here, and then here. And then here as well. Let's try to not get that close with my cav again for the same reasons. And those are going to be their Phrygians. Okie dokie. So let's go pikes down. And let's try to stack pike on pike. And then spears down here. Let's try to close up the lines a little bit. Here. And then here. And then same thing on this side. Just close those lines up here. And then here, they should be getting some javelin tosses in. So Phrygians, eh? Okay, they broke immediately. Wow. Now I was just talking them up and saying how amazing they are, but they are breaking immediately. I really want to kill Memnon. The general unit, that's the guy that I really want to kill. So the fact that he's not charging in here right away is making me a little bit nervous. Yeah, Greek mercenaries, they're breaking out as well. Yeah, I don't want to just stand here and get shot by archers. That feels really bad. So should I just push across right now? Oh, that's a unit of archers right there. Heck. I kind of want to send in my Agrianians just to kind of like chase them down. And those are the Phrygians. Yeah, you can throw your javelins at the Phrygians. I don't mind that. But I don't want to be wasting javelins on those archers. I'd rather have my javelin men cut down the archers in melee. Okay, well I don't want you attacking Phrygians in melee. It's just the archers. Now the archers are starting to shoot at us. So I'm glad that they waited this long before they started to shoot at us. But now my guys are in kind of a janky formation here. Right as the chariots are starting to cross, so please guys, try to get your spears down. Please and thank you. Yeah, just in time to absolutely mow down those chariots. Hell to the yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic, but I don't want to be taking javelins from these Hyrcanian Jav Cav units. This feels pretty rough. What I want is... oh man, Memnon's way in the back. Damn. So we have to cut through quite a few Persians before we get to him. Well, so far so good. The Arcanians are just going to be getting absolutely speared down, so that works for us. Let's go ahead and get my cavalry up here and ready to go. And the Arcanians now, they're getting speared down as well. Come on, Memnon. Come on, man. Get up here. Now the Kodakes are attacking into our lines, and again, we're holding our lines just fine enough. But taking this brutal fire from all these archers, yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough, but I don't really want to push across until we've killed Memnon. Oh man, this is absolutely brutal. Man, that is a large press of soldiers. Let's try to get these guys a bit closer in so that we can really lock down this flank. Yeah, can you guys... Sometimes with Phalanx units, if you tell them to halt... Oh no, Memnon's running away. No, there... Oh yes, nice. Yes, alright. Yes, now he's dead. Now I think we push. And we just push. You guys push across here. You guys push across here. You guys push across here. You guys push across there. And everyone runs. Everyone runs across. So Phalangites run up here. And then these hoplites run up here. These hoplites run up here. And then you get into the archers. You get into the archers, and then you get into the archers. And then, yeah, light infantry just chase all the way down the line. And wrap all of those guys up. And then spears, get into formation as soon as you freaking can. Yeah, spears down. Let's see here. Spears down on you guys. Is that where I want you to be chasing? Let's get... Shoot. That's probably good. 1 cav unit and then 2 light infantry is probably good enough to kill 2 archers. So that's probably fine. And then these 2 cav units continue to wipe out all this stuff. Yep, that's okay. I'm okay with that. What are we at for a percentage? 76 of their guys? Hell yeah, so we won the battle.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear,
but if we can kill 85% of this army, then we wipe the army. So we're at 80% right now? Oh, we can do it. We can get there. I would say that was a pretty decent result there. So we did lose 410 men, but we killed 1364. Not bad. And yeah, kind of... Oh, so I forgot to check my unit stats, but that's okay. So I think we're just going to be hanging out on that river until Alexander comes over. And yeah, this is weird. It's weird when Parmenion gets man of the hour because now he's part of the family. Isn't he historically part of the family? Not by blood, but like isn't he married in or something? I know he's of like Philip II's generation, so yeah, I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, 4-star general, not freaking bad. So he got a couple traits. I know he got blood. He didn't have bloody before, did he? So an extra +1 morale, hell yeah, and +1 command. Nice, that's great. So he got, that means that he took a knock, actually. So like in his hit points, all generals have like hit points. So he must have like taken a hit, right? And yeah, I'll accept him as part of the family. It's not, doesn't mean anything in this campaign, I don't think. I don't know, are they getting married and having kids? I feel like this campaign is too short for all of that nonsense. But yes, we routed that entire army, so that feels good. And we got 395 money in the treasury. Hell yeah, how about that? And we trained up our 2 peasants to garrison Sparta and Pella. So now we can think about, can we even afford anything? We can't afford anything. So to even make any more money, we're gonna have to take Byzantium. And let's actually drop a save. It's something I'm just really just kind of nervous about this game crashing all the time. Used to crash all the time when I first started playing it a couple of years ago, but it's been fairly stable, knock on wood, you know, relatively recently. So Parmenion's going to be hanging out here on this river crossing. It is tempting to lay siege to Halicarnassus immediately. How do I like my chances here? Greek, 2 units of Greek mercenary infantry, and then 1 Persian infantry. They look like they're pretty low tier. And then a Persian peltist, a Phrygian mercenary infantry. Yeah, those guys really did not hold up against the pike phalanx, eh? Yeah, they kind of crumbled. So, yeah, Barcanian horseman. There is a general unit. Looks like he doesn't have any command traits. He might have something, but we don't see it. Yeah. And it's tempting to think that... because if I lay siege to them, they can't train anything else. And how do I like my chances of actually getting in? I don't know how good my armies are going to be at siege fight, like wall fighting. You know? Because my army is like, you know, really phalanx oriented. And those Phrygians on the wall could be pretty scary. We'll see. I'll think about it. Because Alex might be able to get on over here during this very turn. Depending on how things go here. So, yeah, I'm going to fight this battle first. And see what I want to do. So, yeah, I got my 5 rams. And let's assault. What do we got here? So this is going to be the people inside of the settlement. 1-star general. And he's going to have his 2 barbarian spearmen with some armor upgrades. He has an armor upgrade as well. And he has a 45-man unit, so that's kind of scary. And then down here, the reinforcements. So 2 swordsman units, 2 archer units. Do they have long range? No, they don't. Good. And then, yeah, 4 spearmen, 2 barbarian cav, and then himself, the factionaire. No command stars. And how big is his unit? 31? Yeah, not too scary, honestly. Not too scary. I think that we're going to be able to handle this A-okay.
And at the last, there is something appealing, something appalling, something for everyone in what I must now say. We will win! Many of us may die, but all of us will be brave! So let your battle cry put fear into the enemy's hearts. Call to the heavens, sons of Greece, and fight with honor!
The idea here is going to be to get inside of the settlement as quick as possible. I'm just going to be using 3 of my rams, 1 led by my Agrianian javelins, and then 2 led by my Hypaspists. And they're going to be followed up by my phalangites, and my hoplites are going to be on my left flank, with some more phalangites on my right flank. I'm going to be trying to get my allied cav in as fast as possible so that they can secure this gate, so that we can block off their reinforcements from being able to get in that side. And then we can potentially get ourselves an open battle fight here outside of the walls. This section of infantry is going to be more dedicated to that fight there and supporting my cav, and I have a large cav force. Alexander himself hanging out here looking pretty boss right there. His unit can't form wedge, which is kind of strange. But then his 2 Macedonian companion cavalry, and then the Thessalians and the Prodromoi are going to be there on his right flank as well. So, yeah, that's going to be the idea. So let's see if we can...
The enemy have brought up more men.
Execute. And it's nice that they don't have their towers nearby the gate, so we can just kind of start banging on the walls in 3 different sections all at once. Let's go ahead and move up my dudes on that side. I think I want to prioritize getting my cav in, because I really do want to race towards that gate as soon as it's open. And how much time do we have? Yeah, they're a long ways off, so I feel like we have enough time.
Broken through the gate.
Now we can start advancing through the gate itself. So let's run up here, and let's just get you guys off to the side. Maybe we can throw some javelins in, if you feel like it. And yeah, we can start punching our way.
The gods have smiled on us today. The walls are broken. Our troops should be ordered forward.
Yeah, let's get those spears down and start coming in from here. And then let's get this cav unit. Okay, so they're already ready to go. So you need to start running in
Our
here.
soldiers have captured the walls.
And then
Now's the time to
here.
press on and capture this
Let's get
place.
in with these Hypaspists on this side. Just so that we can make sure that they don't intercept our cav units. Yeah, let's get you guys over here. And then over there. And then, yeah, Hypaspists. Let's see, can I select them? Yeah, let's get you guys out of your phalanx and get you guys running up here. And then Hypaspis on this side, run up here. And then, yeah, run up and get into phalanx formation. And yeah, you can just charge and run them down. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, yeah, let's see what their general wants to do. And let's get you guys up here. And have we captured this gate? No, it still belongs to them. Run up there, please. Capture it, please. And we just have to kill that one last dude. Let's get you guys back here. And let's get you guys in a formation that makes sense. So just in case that cav unit charges us, because they got those heavy boys. That heavy cav. Alright, did we control this gate yet? Yes we do. So I think we just have to come over here to that other gate on the other side. Now, it kind of looks like they're not even making a play for the settlement itself. It kind of looks like their reservations, their reinforcements are heading in my direction. So if that's the case, let's just get some dudes out and get ready to go. I don't think we need all of these guys to keep an eye on their cav. Let's just get them like that. And then the rest of them can come out as well. I can leave one Hypaspis, why not? And the other Hypaspis, come on over here. Over here. And is that going to be their general? It is. How fun. Alright, so. Is that going to... Yep, that's their... Let's see, so yeah, not a lot of cav, no shit. Okay, yeah, so let's go here, and then here, and then let's go here, and then let's send them out. You can run, definitely. And that's their bodyguard. So let's get you guys up here, and then, yeah, you run into the back and get them here, and then here, and then...
General is running away.
Yeah, let's try to stop them. Oh yeah, I should have blocked up these gates. Oh yeah, I forgot that was part of the plan. All right, so let's see if I can kill these guys before they get on in. There they go. The general's dead. And are they all gonna get cut down here? Yeah, I think they all got cut down. Sweet. Oh, hell yeah. All right, let's get ready to go. And I thought I heard some winning. No winning behind me. Alright, get you guys back out here. And you as well. And what are you? Swordsman? Swordsman can get a charge from some cav, for sure. And Barbarian cav get charged by my own cav right here. And then, what are you? Spearmen? Yeah, let's get you guys away, please. And thank you. You can run, you can turn around, and then get into phalanx formation. Alright, so they're running away. Let's get you guys into phalanx as well. That's looking good. Let's get you guys on fire at will. And you're already on fire at will. Good job. And yeah, we're wiping up those spearmen on that side. They're getting run down. And what do we got here? Spearmen and spearmen. So I want to get into these archers for sure. Let's go here. Let's go here with Alex. And then with these guys, let's go up here and pressure these archers, and then you run up as well. Yeah, make sure no one gets by us here on that side. And what are you guys? Some more spearmen? Alright, so you turn around. And those are the spearmen, so you go here and you go here. And yeah, you guys both put on your phalanx mode. And then, yeah, you get into here. You can go out of Wedge at this point. Wedge is just made like an anti-cav kind of deal. And then same with you. You can get out of Wedge. Because we're no longer fighting cavalry. And then, yeah, you just run in here, run these guys down. You go, you go, you go. Alright, so that's going to be that.
Only frightened rabbits running
That's going to be that. Here you go. Run them down. Run them down and run them down. Make sure that no one gets away. So you go here, you go here. And then, yeah, you got out of wedge mode and run down these guys. And that's, yeah, that's okay. It looks like we got all of them. And now we can just focus on getting, yeah, so did we even capture this? No, we never captured it, but it's fine. They never went for it, so it's okay. Ooh, it looks like they might be getting a charge in here before I get my lines set up. And it looks like I might get my pikes down just in time. Okay. Yeah, a little dodgy there, but my phalangites are now in it. They are supported by their hoplites. And this is their bodyguard. He is down to 23 guys. Let's see if I can... Can I turn you guys a little bit? And can you keep your spears down while you turn, please?
The enemy king flies.
There we go.
Now let us drive them all from the field.
Yeah, that worked out okay. Killed a lot of their guys. That's okay. And let's just keep hugging this wall here. And let's just put our spears back down. And for those of you who are wondering, I'm no, phalanx expert, as you can tell, but if you're wondering, just press halt to tell your spears to put your
The enemy king has been killed.
Your phalanx units will put their spears back down. And that happens also, for instance, like if units are just kind of pressing into your units and they're kind of causing your guys to like raise their spears, that has the same effect. So yeah, again, they're just going to be getting hit. These guys are keeping their spears down on the assault, which is on the advance, which is pretty nice. And yeah, we're pretty much just going to be left with that spearman unit. So let's get my Agrianians and my Hephaestus, because these are my missile troops. Let's get them over here. And my Thracians and my hoplites on that side. And let's get a nice wall right here. And for those of you who are wondering, I do like to play on this unit scale. Typically for like the main campaigns, like the Barbarian Invasion and for the Imperial campaign, the thing is that on the larger unit scales, I think that it really acts as a disadvantage for units that have a base unit, like a tier 1 unit that has a 120 man unit. And basically that's what I'm saying is that's going to be the Barbarian factions, right? Who are going to all have the warband units. And I think that's a disadvantage because that's going to be just draining them of their resources earlier on in the game, and therefore they're going to have a really difficult time teching up because of that. And so that's my kind of a theory there. Now, for this campaign, you might say that matters less because this campaign isn't really about teching up. But still, the thing is, the other thing, and this is very important, is that it absolutely sucks fighting in siege battles with those large units. The pathfinding in this game is already bad enough as is. Fighting in siege battles though with those types of units, it just, I don't know, it really kind of takes it out of me. It takes the fun away from me. So yeah, that's why I prefer this scale, and we're gonna call it right there in the battle. And yeah, we did okay, didn't we?
This victory surely their work, not
so
that of mortals
lost
like us.
essentially 160 men. Yeah, that's all right. It's a chunk. It's a chunk for sure, but we did take it, and now we're just going to exterminate. I think this is a tier 3. Exterminate. We're not going to be getting a lot of money, but we're going to be getting 1,500, and we're going to be exterminating, yeah, almost 2,000. That's a lot, so I don't think we can even really retrain much here. Can we retrain much? Just our hoplites, and they're not even damaged. So yeah, let's go ahead and repair that. And then I wonder if we can move out in the same turn if we just keep a peasant. If we just train up or queue up a peasant? Yeah, that's my question. Just drop another save. Rate increase for Alexander, +1 command. Okie dokie, so it's gonna be a 4-star now. Faction destroyed Thrace, yes, yes. And then Furies Unleashed, Byzantium. So a thorn left in a man's side will fester and corrupt his whole body. Similarly, failure to punish, is that gonna end? Jesus Christ. Similarly, failure to punish the defiant people of the city would have threatened all that you have achieved so far. So with hardened heart, you have unleashed your men to cut out this corruption and silence the dissenters. With them unseen go the Furies, Electo, Megara, and Tisiphone, the snake-haired ladies of remorseless vengeance. It is a red day, a flame day, a day of bloody blade, crimson spear, and righteous slaughter. And when in years to come the dead faces come to you in the dark, why then is there always another cup of wine to be drunk and the laughter of companions to chase them away? Huh. Fucking A, okay, yeah, that's new. I didn't know that we got these messages. Are we gonna get one of these every time we exterminate a populace? Because, okay. That shit's dark. Yeah, okay. It really forebodes the path that Alexander takes further into his career. You know, probably died from alcoholism, right? Something like that. So, are we going to be okay here if we just lower taxes and then recruit? Ugh, it's not going to be good enough. So do I have to leave some people behind then?
Yes, Strategos.
Man, what about these guys? Can they? Okay, so this cav unit actually could reach Byzantium. I don't think it's going to be good enough, though. What if I queue up... Oh, there's not enough people left to even queue up that much. Damn. So I actually have to leave people behind. Yeah, 35%. I mean, I guess I could build a shrine, too. Because that'll give me something. I haven't even looked at this, because I didn't think that I was even going to have to, like, think about building anything in this campaign. But now here I am thinking, okay, should I get something like this? So what do we even have here? So Demeter is going to be 5% bonus to happiness and then increase to farm production. And then Zeus is going to be happiness and law. That's nice. It's getting a nice 10% bonus right there. And then this is going to be happiness and then upgrade of missile weapons. Not going to need that for Artemis. And then Ares is going to be just 5% bonus to happiness, but I'm assuming that does scale to something else. So let's just see what that is. What does Ares get us? Yeah, experience bonus to troops of +3, morale bonus is +1, increased in tradable goods, public health 10%. But like, we're not even looking at that, right? We're not even thinking about, what we're gonna get and freaking, however, what is it? This is a tier 3. I just killed everyone, so... No, this is a tier 1. Fucking A, okay. Yeah, there's 400 people there. Yeah, so I have to leave at least someone behind, just to kind of maintain the people.
My lord?
Ah, shoot. Do I leave behind some Hypaspists? I really don't want to. Let's see here.
Orders?
The peasants can't make it in this turn.
Orders?
From Pella.
Sir.
I mean, my boats are right there, so they can literally bring on more combat units as soon as like things are figured out here. So for the time being, let's go ahead and get... It was Zeus, right? That's the one that's going to be giving me that. How does it scale? Let me just check that out. Scales to 10 and 10, 15 and 15, 20 and 20. And then food production, experience bonus, upgraded missile weapons, law, happiness. Yeah, pretty good stuff. But again, probably not going to get there. So yeah, let's get Zeus. So that's going to get up to 45% before it's actually being counted. And that's still not good enough. So... Who do I want to leave behind? 2 Hippaspists? Oh god, I don't want to. I really don't want to. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Actually, probably 1 unit would have been enough, so I feel pretty bad about that. Oh well. Let's get him on the boat. And then get him across. And then we could get that close, eh? Yeah, that's making me think that do I want to lay siege in this turn with Parmenion? Alex is gonna be right there to help out next turn. Because I kind of feel like Parmenion could win, like, be pretty close to being able to win on his own. So yeah, let's do it. Can we even build anything? Alright, so we can build 1 siege tower and 2 ladders. Not much, but it's something. And then, yeah, let's get Alex. Like that. And the boat can just get back over. And then, yeah, we can move those Hippaspists over probably next turn, maybe. Oh, I actually just realized that I can't even train diplomats in this campaign. Wait, is that because I don't have the Consular's Chamber? Wait, is that why? No, the Consular's Chamber is yeah, that is the tier 4, yeah. So typically you can get diplomats at a tier 1, right? But yeah, they're not available in this campaign. Yeah, interesting. You're just at war with everyone. That makes sense. So I am tempted to train up this. Can I even afford? Yes, I can. I can afford a spy down here in Sparta. I am tempted to do that, and then maybe get some Hippaspists up here in Pella. Yeah, that's what I'm tempted to do. So I want to advance. I only have 4 units in Epidamus, but I imagine that they have a large army right there. That looks like it's empty, but so I'm assuming they're...
Orders?
I'm assuming...
Strategos.
I could also just attack that way. Because if I attack through here, I have a feeling that I'm going to get ambushed.
Orders? Sir.
And if I attack from this direction here, then I can try to avoid that ambush. So that is what I'm tempted to do.
Sir.
Yeah, with this many units, honestly, that feels pretty good.
Orders? My lord? My lord? Yes, Strategos.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yes, Strategos.
So let's do...
Destroy them.
Let's do that.
Besieging settlement, sir. Settlement
Maintain the
under
siege. Pella,
sir.
you're going to be fine. Yes, you are. You're going to be fine.
Sir.
And then let's get you up here. And I think that's going to mean that we can build up another couple rams, at least one more. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, cool.
Under siege, sir.
And yeah, like if they want to reinforce, I'm fine with that. So it's going to be Prusius, 1-star general, and then at least 1 barbarian spear. And yeah, we'll go from there. Looks like they have grain as well, which is nice because that means that when we're trading that grain to Pella, then that's going to increase the population growth for the settlement as well. And the more people that we have, the more money that we're making. One last thing to think about is going to be the Persian Navy, because I know that during that intro to this campaign, it did show us the Persian Navy, and there's quite a few navies, right? And I don't really know what role my navy is going to have to play in this campaign. Obviously, this is, a part of it. Just getting over the God damn it, what's it called? The Bosphorus? Bosphorus, right? But this is also called the Bosphorus, right? Yeah, because I've seen this called the Bosphorian Kingdom. But then this is also the Bosphorus. Anyway, just getting across this is kind of a thing, right? Because if I do want to bring troops over, like in this case the Hippaspists, I'm going to be needing those boats. I don't have a port here, so I can't just build a boat right away. I can build a boat here. I can't afford one, but yes, I can technically build boats in Sparta. Yeah, so I'm going to be getting the ability to build boats in Halicarnassus as well. But if these guys want to just like beeline for my ships, they could corner me and kill me.
Ready!
Now, disbanding is an idea. It's 100 upkeep per bireme and then 150 for the trireme, so I'd be saving 450 per turn. It's tempting. It is. It's tempting. Do I want to just give up the seas then? That's what Alex did. How much like Alex do we want to be? Yeah, that's the question. Let's see. How far can you get? So you can't... So we could get over here and get to port and be safe next turn. But then we're not going to be here to bring across the Hypaspis. Yeah, tricky, tricky, tricky. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just hang out for one turn while Byzantium gets settled down. I'll just bring across those Hypaspis and then maybe just disband my boats right after that. That might be the right play, but that is going to have to wait until the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, peace.